You know, I love Mass Effect, and I cannot wait till Andromeda comes out. But there's so many things. They're so like Mass Effect that, like, I'm talking about animes that have really good stories that want you to keep on going, see, see, see what's next. Find like what other revelation there is, and and you get to like all these characters, and it's just so fucking well done. BioWare, and more than likely gonna hit that shit again because just because Mass Effect is one of the best role playing games you'll find out there. Period. I ain't saying this like it's a fact or anything, because I know there's gonna be people that are like, I don't like Mass Effect, because it's not for everyone, and it is rated M for a reason. So why? So like, how come nobody's ever compared an anime that is pretty close to Mass Effect? You don't really make a comparison about it. Because Mass Effect has everything you will want out of a friggin' because Mass Effect at the time basically gave you everything that you wanted in an RPG. Create your own main character, make choices that won't really change the direction of the story, but will actually have an impact on not only you as the player, but also maybe your experience, like some will actually backfire on you and getting your way much later, or some that will, or if you have this choice, it'll bite you in the ass later on. They'll be like, oh damn, I should have made the other choice, you know. And it sucks that I mean it doesn't really suck. It's just there's like a lot of series out there that just are much like it because there's a lot of likable characters. Like you'll even love your own character about like the choices that you make, and you'll love all the other characters too. And I mean the majority of the cast, like how can you not hate? I mean how can you? I mean shit. How can you not like Garrus, Liara? I can understand Ashley to a certain extent if you play like the 2 and 3. Um, like who would not like Thane? I mean seriously, the guy's gone through hell. And Jack, like you learn about her backstory, you're like, what the fuck, girl? Like, and Rex, like, how can you not like some of these characters? There's actually some of the best I think you'll ever see. You'll even see like how they'll react, and like they've been through some shit when they tell you this, and how they react to it. It is so well written and just well done. Mass Effect. I miss playing this game. I really do. And with Andromeda coming out with a whole new story, looking for a planet, which I do hope we get to choose our own planet, but who knows? It's Bioware, so you can't. I don't think you can though, but because it ain't like an MMO RPG where you literally choose everything. But but you know, and to be honest, like guys, like I'm gonna be honest, like I love Mass Effect, I love the franchise, I love all 3 games. It's just nobody's really compared it to any animes that are literally worthy of comparing it to. And there are even some people that have now watched anime but play Mass Effect and they love it. So, if you're a fan of Mass Effect and you haven't watched an anime or at all, then or something like that, then you can actually You can actually start up with some of these anime that are like Mass Effect. You know, with the great. I'm talking about like great characters, story, with the sci-fi setting. Like I'm gonna be more in detail than my anime like Final Destination video, or the entire time I was basically talking about the comparison between another and Final Destination. You know, some like more like that because that was like the only anime that's like Final Destination is another, which I've not seen yet, but from what I heard of it, it sounds more like a Final Destination situation if you ask me. Um, so these are the series that I highly recommend watching if you haven't seen these yet. That are like Mass Effect. That have great story, great characters. Also going to be talking about like what Mass Effect is also like it's set up in a really well designed, world, sci-fi world. Like it's sci-fi, so that's cool too. And like I can't really say when it comes to like story elements because story elements are more like anime-ish. But when you talk about the characters, um, even certain characters may remind you of certain badasses too. Like certain characters will remind you of some other characters from animes. You know, like there's even a war arc, an entire war story focused in the entirety of the third game, and like there's bounty hunters and everything. Like it's good and all that good shit. Like all this. Like this is basically Star Trek and Star Wars mixed up. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, guys. But yeah, here are anime that are like, or that I think are like Mass Effect. Let's get it. Now let me open the sky. Don't get out of the road. 虹に黒を差したびたつ Oh, by the way, I did change up the opening a bit because I ain't really into Skyrim all that much anymore. I'm probably not gonna get The Last of Us. Like so I put in some other things on there that I'm pretty much loving so far. So yeah. Um. So here is my first anime that I can think of. Great characters, great story, and has like a and I'm not gonna be only talking about the first Mass Effect. I'm going to talk about the second Mass Effect and the third Mass Effect, which includes the entire war thing that goes on. So you'll be thinking about other series that has wars in them, like that has like war strategies here and there, maybe, or something like that. Because there is a bit of strategy in the cutscenes and planning and all that good stuff, but not to the point where it's like really intelligent, like you would see off of Code Geass, you know. But here are going to be animes that are like Mass Effect, talking about the entire franchise, and I will mention some characters that you might like that are somewhat like these characters too. And the first one that pops in my mind that has some war to it. It's been like I'm talking about like right around the end, which are like 10+ episodes, and with great characters, interesting story, good shit. And I'm mostly talking about. I'm not talking about the original Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now, if you love Mass Effect, you're more than likely gonna like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood have lots of great characters. even focused on certain characters that weren't really focused on a lot that weren't really in the original anime. That was really focused a lot like in the original anime. Like Riza got some screen time and cool shit there, but Riza got a lot more we got to know a lot more about her and everything in Brotherhood. Um, it does have some war stuff go down. Like there's some war type things that happen, especially around the end of the series. Like the reason why I said Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is because Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood has a great story. I don't think the story, in my personal opinion, I prefer the story in the original anime more than like the original source material story. I don't know. It's just I just feel like Bones had just did it better with it more darker and everything than like Shonen E. I don't know. Yeah, just taking more of a dark tone is a step up to Shonen, in my opinion. Um, the characters, well done. I mean, Edward Elric. If you watched the original anime, maybe I haven't watched Brotherhood, which I think everybody has watched Brotherhood at this point because and it's saying like the original shit because of this and that, which it's good on its own. Okay, damn. Which I watched it first, so but the original, like all the characters all the characters that you remember from the anime, the original anime, are completely the same. Um, and I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed them a lot, like the same as I would in the original. Like I said, the war parts are really well done, and and at least like around the end and a bit of the like I think it's like halfway through when they're really trying to plan like an actual war type thing, and like halfway through, so it's pretty damn good. Uh, yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, great series. I really highly recommend checking it out. It's If you love Mass Effect, you'll love the story, you'll love the characters, you'll love like so and some of the war type things that happens there. It's well done, and it has some pretty kick-ass action. Like yeah, Mass Effect does have action. There's the gameplay, but it ain't like uh gunning and everything like like there is some gunning. It's just it's more focused on the alchemists and Full Metal Alchemist. So makes sense. There is still some gunning like for Riza, but there isn't. But but it's more focused on the alchemy. So but yeah, if you love Mass Effect, I highly recommend going out and watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Because I think like if you like the more darkish tone, but still love some of the elements from that are in Brotherhood 2, go watch the original too. Um, I would recommend. Uh, Another series I would recommend when it comes to the action part with like gunning and everything, plus tactical a bit. If you're looking for really good action with lots of gunning, I would recommend watching Black Lagoon. It has lots of gunning and killing and everything, like because Mass Effect is mostly revolved around when it comes to the gameplay is mostly revolved around the gunning and shooting and shit, and you can make it pretty fast paced, damn fast paced. Like now it ain't now I know I know there's the husks and the freaking thing in Mass Effect. So if you like people just mowing down some monsters, maybe uh I don't know. Like if okay, first of all, Alchemist Brotherhood, Black Lagoon. If you like people mowing down monsters, I guess you can watch High School of the Dead. I mean, if you like how you hunt down a husk and all these reapers and shit, then maybe High School of the Dead is kind of cool because the husks are more like zombies. So I recommend watching that if you like, if you're satisfied with that. Just saying. Um. So yeah, those are three recommendations so far. But like I said, if you like all the whole gunning and all these people shooting at you, and you have to make it really, and you want to make it really fast paced and cool shit, then because I basically went through it because you really just need to use your guns most of the time to get through things. So yeah, if you like gunning down type of stuff that you enjoy in Mass Effect, go and watch Black Lagoon. It has lots of fast-paced, uh, shooting. There's it's freaking kick-ass all around. It, like I'm telling you guys, it's freaking kick-ass all around. There's a bunch of fast-paced gunning and everything, shit blowing up. Like if you're a Michael Bay fan, like that likes blowing shit up, Black Lagoon is also an anime for you. But because it does a lot of that. Another anime that has great characters, great story. Uh, but if I had to recommend, but if I had to pick an anime that's sci-fi-ish, that has great story, great characters, and has some. And I wouldn't really say that guns because they don't really use guns at all. I mean, I would recommend watching Dragon Ball Z. I know everyone knows what Dragon Ball Z is, but there are a few people that don't really want to watch it. Like I remember, I remember thinking like, should I watch Dragon Ball Z? Because I mean, I didn't get into it until like I played one of the games. Then I watched the anime. I freaking marathon the Saint Saga like fucking crazy. Um, um, but if you like an anime with a sci-fi-ish setting, which there is lots of sci-fi stuff that happens and supernatural stuff that happens, just like Mass Effect, with great characters. There's four great main story arcs you're gonna love, and so I recommend watching Dragon Ball Z if you guys like. But with Dragon Ball Super, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are still great characters. It's just that the story arcs are like the first two arcs were adapted, so it kind of lowered it a bit. Universe 6, I mean, don't get me wrong, it has a great setup and everything. The whole plot to it's pretty decent. But they're like the stakes are high, Goku Black stuff was really good. Loved it. The Universal Survival, like again, it doesn't really feel more. So if I had to pick, like again, I highly recommend if you like all that stuff in Mass Effect, like the sci-fi and some of the supernatural shit that kind of goes down in Mass Effect, like the indoctrination with the Reapers and shit, because there are some fuck, I forgot how to pronounce it. Damn it. Because there is some stuff like that in the Buu saga. So in the Majin Buu saga. So you guys are gonna love that. If you like some of that stuff, you guys are gonna love that. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z does have a lot of those similarities to Mass Effect, so I highly recommend checking it out because it's got great characters. There's four main, fucking amazing story arcs, and it does have some of those sci-fi and supernatural type parts. Because because it wasn't really all that sci-fi-ish like in the original Dragon Ball, but when it came to Z, there was a lot of sci-fi stuff, a lot like space, alien type shit, and again that indoctrination stuff that's in the Buu saga. You guys are gonna love some of that stuff. which is pretty early in that arc. Um, but yeah, Dragon Ball Z is another recommendation if you love Mass Effect. Uh, oh, I forgot to mention this. Like you know how the loyalty missions are in Mass Effect, where you want to go and do this thing that involves another character. Um, there are some certain story arcs that are like that, and I wouldn't really recommend. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know there's some shit like this all the time, but if you're a fan that's looking for this thing, where it focuses on other characters and gives them the spotlight, of this certain mission or something like that, because y'all remember the loyalty missions to Mass Effect 2. There's a couple of them in Mass Effect 1. Um, so if you're looking for stuff like that where you get to know more about this character and see them fulfill this, then go watch animes that does that, where it focuses on different story arcs of it. Like I heard that One Piece does it because I think right now they're focusing on an arc that focuses majorly on Sanji. So again, if you like that type of stuff where it focuses on other characters and their story and their character arcs, go watch One Piece, because I'm pretty sure it does a lot of that, because I heard that it did it with Arlong Park with Nami, I believe, and this lobby, something like that, because I did do my research on friggin' One Piece. Okay, I done my research, and Fairy Tail does this too. And I know Fairy Tail gets a lot of hate, but again, if you like uh, character arcs and story arcs, I majorly focus on a character and stuff like that, and you see them focus on, like, Fairy Tail does that, like Tower Heaven for Urza, Phantom Lord for Lucy, because it was majorly focused around her, Galuna Island for Gray, Analyst for Happy and Carla, and fuck, man, like, there are arcs where they do complete their characters. Again, Battle of Fairy Tail arc with Loxus, like there's that where it's majorly focused around that, where you get to know more about Makarov and Loxus. Like every arc you get to know about them. Like, and Araxion Sace. That was basically Jalal's arc. Let's be honest here. Because he got major development for that. Because somehow he had amnesia or something. Like, again, Fairy Tail does that stuff. It gives characters development. There's certain story, like, especially around the beginning, there are story arcs where it focuses on the characters, like what One Piece does. So if you're looking for that stuff, like the loyalty missions back in Mass Effect, you're gonna love how Fairy Tail does it, because Galuna Island is fucking amazing. So is Phantom Lord, Tower of Heaven. Araxion Sace was pretty kick ass. Like Jalal is like 50-50 in the arc, but it's still focused on his character a lot, and he was like a major plot point around the beginning, and around the middle too, and a little bit around the end too. Like, again, Araxion Sace was basically Jalal's arc. Let's be honest here. Again, I love this. Again, I love this series. I love Fairy Tail, and if you like some stuff like that, then you'll love it. Again, with the similarities, if I had to name Like again, I would choose Code Geass because it does have that sci-fi ish with the mechs, and there's a bunch of gunning, and there's some war stuff that happens too, and the characters and the story are great. So I would recommend Code Geass too. Um, what the fuck else? Uh, I'm really trying to think because I'm really trying to think what other series focus on like some stuff like like how the loyalty missions go, uh, the stories, the characters, uh, and the sci-fi ish settings and the so on some of war stuff. I'm really trying to think. Oh yeah, Naruto. Naruto does that, but I mean, I would recommend watching Naruto if you like the stories and the characters. And around that, and I think its final arc is revolved around a war. So you're gonna you're gonna like that if you like Mass Effect 3's war thing. Uh, and there's character arcs that are evolved and everything, and and everything. So like there's characters that like there are certain character arcs that have happened. I believe. I think there was an arc where it was mostly full focused around Team 10, I believe, in Shippuden. Uh, it was most because I think that was basically their arc. Um, I, so yeah, Naruto. I recommend watching that if you like that stuff. Uh, mm, I'm really trying to think, guys. Like I've seen animes that have done this stuff. I think that's about it because I can't really think of any other animes that does this stuff. Don't get me wrong, I know there's animes that are there for the story, that are great with the characters, and does a damn good job with it too. Innovative like war stuff, like tiny bits of there. But there's lots of animes that I do think are like that. Lots of them really. Uh, but I don't think it's gonna be worth for everybody because I gotta have those other uh, parts, the sci-fi, the I know I gotta have the sci-fi, the loyalty type mission stuff. Like you're gonna probably like those. So yeah. So far, these are the animes that I recommend watching. Again, I know most of these are like the big names, but if you haven't really watched anime, I really recommend watching these. Uh, I really recommend watching these. You know, because there's some anime that I've never heard of that does this, like One Piece, but because I'm reading the manga and it's pretty good. Um, but yeah, if you like all these things like the loyalty stuff, the sci-fi, the war stuff that happens in Mass Effect 3, that's pretty damn good. The characters in the story, I recommend watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Dragon Ball Z, Black Lagoon, because Black Lagoon has like some pretty kick-ass characters. I just love it all around. Has lots of gun slinging, you'll love it. Uh, Code Geass, One Piece, Fairy Tail, Naruto. I think that's it. I know I did point out some names that are pretty damn popular. I'm very sorry. But these are animes that I can really only think of that are like this. Like, I know there's animes like Legend of the Legendary Heroes, supposed to revolve around like uh, like Legend of the Galactic Heroes. That's it. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. That one is mostly focused on like space and everything. I think it's mostly revolved around war. So if you like that type of stuff too, I heard it has great characters, has like great story arcs too, has like great story to it too, and everything. So if you like that type of stuff, but I haven't watched it yet, then go check out Legend of Galactic Heroes. Like it feel because it looks more Mass Effect ish and Star Trek ish and a bit of Star Wars ish than any anime I've ever fucking seen. Like out of all of them. So yeah, Legend of Galactic Heroes. I haven't seen it yet, but if you like this type of stuff, it may have a good story. I heard it has a pretty good story. I heard it has great characters, uh, and it does have a lot, and it's the closest thing to Mass Effect you will get. So, and from the looks of it, it's the closest to Mass Effect you will get for an anime. So, uh, that I've heard of really because there's some because I remember watching a guy his favorite anime was Legend of Galactic Heroes, and it just looked and everything just felt like more Mass Effect-ish. And to be honest, if you're a fan of Mass Effect, like if you're a fan of Mass Effect, then go out and watch Legend of Galactic Heroes. So yeah, those are the animes that are like Mass Effect. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if y'all haven't seen any of the animes on here, which more than likely y'all have, freaking Fairy Tail, One Piece, Naruto, and shit, and fucking Dragon Ball Z and Fullmetal Alchemist maybe, maybe Code Geass. But I never hear anybody talking about Legend of Galactic Heroes. So if you're a fan of Mass Effect, then I recommend checking that out because that might be a kick-ass series. I haven't seen it yet personally, but I plan on it. So who knows? So okay, these are anime like Mass Effect. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, comment below what y'all think. If you're new to the channel and want to see more, be sure to subscribe for more. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all next time. Survivor out.